Hi, I'm James Brunage from Start Automating, and today I'm going to talk to you about some fun feature in IcePack v2. In fact, my favorite fun feature, and that would be output interception. You see, everything you do in IcePack v2 goes into a variable called $LastOutput, which is the last output of the last command. And you can press Alt-O to run a command called Show-LastOutput. And Show-LastOutput will take last output and pipe it into out.html and put it in this window area over to the right over here. This is really cool, especially when you combine it with the types of views built into PowerShell Pipeworks. For instance, when I resolve location, it actually returns me back a http schema.org/place. And a schema.org/place looks like a map. So when I resolve location of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, and I show last output bit, I get a map of the White House. I can have a lot more fun by showing how it can render built-in commands. This was quite a bit harder than it should have been to get to work, but you can actually see stuff like get process seamlessly inside of the command pane or side pane as well. It gets really interesting when you use other built-in cool commandlets from Pipeworks. For instance, search engine with Wolfram Alpha will actually return a complex set of properties of everything Wolfram Alpha knows. So when I search engine MSFT, Show-LastOutput is quite useful. I can also use the same technique to actually use the regular search engines like Bing or Google and search for images. When I do this, I get a list of images back, and Show-LastOutput helps me actually make heads or tails of it. The same thing is true for videos, but it will take a little bit longer for Show-LastOutput to process. Find the first 20 or so videos about it, and as I show last output, it actually goes to YouTube, creates YouTube players around each of them, and gives me a nice scrollable experience around each of the videos that is built in. Finally, what's really cool is that you can actually use Show-LastOutput in the built-in formatter for schema.org/person. Now, this is not a real person object, it's a fake one designed to look like what it would be in a live ID. But person objects can come back from the getPerson commandlet in Pipeworks, and they can either be local directory objects, active directory objects, or live ID or Facebook. And in the case of all of them, we'll try to resolve photos correctly. In the case of active directory, it'll show telephone, office, location, and department. This is a mock-up of myself. And when I run it locally, here I get just my name. When I show last output, I get name and photo and description and everything else that I could grab automatically from live. Show last output is obviously a very handy thing to have in your toolkit. It's very good for visualizing what's going on with your PowerShell output, and it's incredibly useful to have inside of the ISE. You can get Show Last Output as part of IcePack v2 at PowerShellISE.com, and I hope this helps.